Hi, everyone. I want to present to you the She Women of 2021. These are women from Kenya and South Africa.
I've learned that goal setting is like a map in my life that is giving me a direction to where I have to go. So if I don't set goals, it means that I'm stagnant, I'm not moving, and that means I'm not creating any room for improvement for myself. So each and every day that I wake up, no matter how little that goal is, I should learn to set it, and no matter how small it is, there's an impact that it will bring in your life. To summarize it all, so the biggest lesson that I've learned from this program and all the things that we've done is that I am the biggest project that I'll ever get to work on, and so I should always take time to create the magic because I am the magic. Yes, and that my success is tied up with the relationship that I have with God. Yeah,
that's great.
One thing that will make sure that I always accomplish my goals in 21 and now the new year 2020, how will I overcome excuses? My answer was kind of long, but it's an honest answer for me. So for me, I am overcoming this enemy by reminding myself why I have started. If I'm to give you an example, when you gave this assignment, I was unwell. I had medication that didn't allow me to be productive. Sometimes I would start this assignment but doze off a few minutes afterwards. I finally began doing my assignments after not being able to do so for 3 days. Just when I was getting the hang of things, the road accident happened. Since on Tuesday, both my family and the nurses that would find me doing this assignment asked me to text you and tell you that I could not complete my assignment. But in as much as we were talking every day, I never even told you that. This in itself was an excuse, because I remember when this program started, we said that the only acceptable excuse was if someone is dead. So I was able to complete my assignment by reminding myself that I joined She to become a better me. And the finishing power is just as important as the starting. More so, I'm not doing this just for me. I am doing this for every life I hope to inspire one day. And I want them to know that I did not give up, even though everyone thought I ought to. So that's how I'm going to deal with excuses.
So the first question, what I would tell someone I learned from the whole coaching, my mindset changed, and it changed for the better. I'm a different person altogether. I can't go back to that person who I was. I am living in freedom. I am free, and I'm here to live in freedom and never go back into bondage of sin, of my past, of my situations. I'm living in freedom. And I'm a happy person, and above all, declare that I am a child of God. I'm living with a purpose. I'm not just existing. I have a very strong mindset, and I appreciate the power of my mind because I've learned the power of my mind, and I don't fear. I am strong. I'm growing to be stronger, more passionate, and even more compassionate. Like I'm present in everything I'm doing. I've been able to move from a toxic working environment where I felt I could never move from. I was so comfortable in that confusion and that toxicity. So I managed to move. Now I'm in a good place. May God just lift you from where you are and place you to a greater place. You're everything to me. You are everything to me, and I can't ask for more. Surely, and just being honest from the deepest point of my heart.
Thank you so much. You make me cry. I don't know what to say. But I'm just so grateful. Like I said, I'll never forget the first day I met you. We didn't meet while we talked. I literally put by your name, I really like her. When you talk to people, some people give you energy when you talk to them. Others take energy away from you. And when I spoke to you the very first time, you gave me energy. I was like, I like her. I even see me walk, like from that first day, I told myself, I even see you walking with her outside of the coaching program. And you didn't disappoint, I'm so proud of you.
What have I learned and got from the group? I've unlocked a new level of self-worth. Like when I was growing up, I was quite a confident child, but I was still not quite, I didn't know my self-worth, and I wasn't quite aware of who I am and what I have to offer. So as I attended She and we worked on the different areas of our lives, my self-worth, now I know that if I'm losing something because it's not what's meant for me, I can walk with a smile knowing that, you know what, it might hurt me now, but it's short term and I don't sacrifice my self-worth anymore, and it feels good. Yes, I'm alone. Yes, there are times whereby I wish I could be out with friends or what, but when I sit in the house and I take a book and a pen and I write my dreams down, or when I take a book and I start reading and everything else doesn't matter anymore, I've got my peace, I've got my self-worth. So that's what I've unlocked. It's amazing. It's amazing.
What just came to my mind was the picture you posted in the beginning. And I've seen you grown so much, from the beginning. And even I already see you taking over your family business, not just taking over, they trusting you, you are the go-to person. They're not doubting, was she, or if it would be better if we had a boy, that whole thing. They would actually trust you, and you actually show them why they should trust you. Sometimes people always attack people that say, oh, generational wealth, or she didn't work hard. But the honest truth is that 80% to 90%, 80 to 85, almost 90% of people, second generation, they destroy the wealth their parents created because they don't know how to manage it. In short, the wealth killed them, So for you to take what they have and take it to another level, that's something else,
Yeah.
And for you to be a woman, that's a plus.
Yeah, that's always a plus. We got this.
Because they're always thinking we need a man, we need a boy. Or,
yeah. True.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is awesome. Hey, I enjoyed myself, and I'm glad I was patient waiting for the electricity.
I'm grateful it came on. The devil.
Yeah.
So to be honest, when I joined this coaching, I really didn't join it so that I can learn about business or that. To be honest, in 2020, I was really lost when it came to me. I really didn't know who I was, what I wanted, and I just wanted to come out of that space. I wanted to feel like I have value, I have purpose on this earth. So I was like, I have to find something that will make me feel like I'm valuable, like I have purpose in this. Before, I really wanted validation from people. I wanted praise from people, but now I don't seek validation. What works. Those who stay. Nowadays, I usually stay. People come for a reason, for a season, and for a lifetime. If you are sent to my life for lifetime, I appreciate. For a season, I appreciate. I appreciate for every relationship that I have had in my life.
I'm so proud of you. I'll never forget the last time you told me about you being in school. I was like, you never mentioned school. How did that pass? You never even talked about, oh, I'm having an exam, oh, I'm doing this, oh, I couldn't, you're on point. I love your drive. You're young, you're still in school, but you have this dream, this goal. You even found a TV channel on stocks, investment. I mean, and this has always been my desire too. What I do for you guys is a teaser. It's I give you guys appetizer, like a little snack of information, and I want it to stir up hunger for you to go and learn more. Because to be honest, I can't give you everything. It's kind of like me carrying all these books. I can't. We will be here for another 5 years and you still have everything. But when I stir up a hunger in you, and you go out on your own and find something, it's more precious to you. And before you know, you'll be teaching other people, or you have older women or men saying, wow, how can this young girl know so much? I love your newfound self, your confidence. you're exuding confidence as you speak. I kept wanting to tell you, like, I love the hair, I love the way you carry yourself, the way, even the makeup, the outfit, the way you chose to sit on that chair. I was like, this is you.
Oh, thank you.
you know, you're a leader in the making. Never let anybody put you down. You guys are from a country, a region where women are seen as second class. You are not a second class. I don't care who you marry. You're not a second class. You're a first class. I don't care what they say. Just like I was saying, Andrew, I don't care what they say around you. It's what you say in you.
I've learned how to harness a power that has always been inside me. It's just that I didn't know of it. And that is my mental power, because now it's helping me change my perception towards circumstances, whether they happened in the past or in the present. And this in turn has helped me not to lose myself every time I cannot control a situation, whether good or bad. And I'd say this is like a very big step for me, because if everything I'm going through right now was the old me, I would probably have pushed everyone away. I imagined like 10 scenarios how I'm going to die, but this me right now just thinks of what am I going to do when I get better. So this new me, knowing that I have that power in my head to, whether something is bad or good, I have power to control how I'll react. That is something I'm going to be flossing about, I don't know, for 5-10 years to come. It's like my greatest achievement, I'd say that, for 2021. I'm now more of a positive thinker and a purposeful planner. I no longer do things just for the sake of getting them done. I am intentional about my relationships and purposeful in my business plans. Character-wise, I am stronger and cannot be swayed by negative opinions of my surroundings. I am trying to really master that power of my words. Then I can teach it to someone else, because I'd say that lesson came to a point where I didn't know my words held power. I just said things for the sake of saying. I just agreed to things for the sake. But now, even before I respond to something, I have to think about it. I have to know the impact it will have on the person that is listening to me, on myself even. I made friends who became family, and for a loner like me, that's a big step that I can say. I have friends. I have 4 girlfriends that I didn't have to see for us to become friends, so I can't think of anything I didn't like. But what I liked most is that you just had to read the energy between all the ladies to know how determined each and every person is.
When they're talking in church about people serving God, I'm like, oh, I know I wasn't called for the church, inside the church, but I was called for women outside the church. But I never thought about it as ministry, And when you spoke about the love of God part, I know that book really helped me. And when I think about how I fell in love with God, it wasn't the other preaching. It was the love of God. It was the love of God that healed my heart. It was the love of God that made me whole. It was the love of God that made me feel safe. It was the love of God that made me know that I am beautiful, that I am intelligent, when the world told me I wasn't, when my grades told me I wasn't, when the school told me I wasn't. It was the love of God that made me know, Christy, you're wise, you're intelligent, you can do this, So just seeing that this has really transformed you is just mind-blowing. Every time you talk, I just start crying. I remember the first time we chatted on Instagram. At that time, I've already talked to a lot of women. I probably already talked to you, Esther, because I probably already told you about the money. But when you told me you said something like, I can barely even buy food or something like that. And you kind of said it in a mean way, not even in a nice way, like, how can I have $400? And Normally I would have been like, she's not serious, and move on to another person. But there was something about what you said. It's maybe that was that moment where the Holy Spirit spoke to me, like, you can't stop any woman from attending your program just because they don't have money. Let money not be the reason for any woman to not join She. And at that moment I was like, you know what, She Africa at this moment is free. I don't care whether you have the money or not. This is me serving the women in Africa. This is me serving. This is me letting God, the Holy Spirit, to use me to bless you guys. And then I remember when we first started talking, that you told me everything you've been through. I was like, man, you need to see a clinical psychologist. Like, you need to see. Like, I was like, I don't know if I can help you. I don't even know if this program can help you. So when I cry every time you speak now, I'm like, it's like God is like, why are you underestimating the power I've given you? It's like God is talking to me through you,